Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today is the 28th day, the third month, the 24th year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing extremely well out there. Now, today we're going to have to talk about Puff Daddy. Now, I'm not jumping on anybody else's names or anything like that. A woman I know over 24 years ago, when she was talking about him, called him Puff Daddy, and it was what they call a fraudulent slip. And ever since then, I've used that name. I didn't actually make it up, but when she came up with it, I know it was an accident because she didn't know him that well, and she couldn't get his name right. She wanted to say Puff Daddy, but she said Puff Daddy, and I thought, what a good name for this guy. But anyway, a lot of people at the moment, since he's in the news, and he's two of his properties have been raided by home security or Homeland Security, which is the big boys. That is the big boys. Don't get it wrong over there in the USA. Homeland Security, the big boys. So he's in serious trouble, regardless of whether they can make anything stick or not. I'm telling you, once these guys get involved, they always find something that sticks. It doesn't matter what it is. They throw enough stuff at you, one thing will stick. That's how they operate. Now, a lot of people, they don't really care what Puff Daddy's done. They just either like him or don't like him. It's a bit like Vybz Kartel. People are not really arguing the facts of these cases and whether he's guilty of a crime that they think is heinous or really bad. They'll come out and say, oh, trafficking and all that. People don't really care. They don't care about R. Kelly either. People just don't care. They just like you or they dislike you. And if they don't like you, then good luck to you, and you should go to prison for the rest of your life. And if they like you, no matter what you've done, you should be let free and stop being harassed. So I'm not going to argue about the merits of his case so much. But what I will say about this man is what I've said for, I say, close to 35 years about the United States and black men. I cannot understand how black men that make it so financially well continue to live in the United States of America. I said this 35 years ago, and I said it because I feel exactly the same today. You've made all this money. It's as if they're blind to the country they're living in, and they don't understand the tentacles of this place. This place they're talking about, yes, it'll build you up. Yes, it'll give you all sorts of notoriety, but you're under control for the rest of your days. I can quote somebody who really brings it home to me again. Was what was his name? Oh God, I'm blanking on his name now. Arthur Ashe, the Wimbledon champion, the black champion. I think 1975. Could be wrong, but around about that time, he won Wimbledon, or in the 70s anyway. And when he was dying, he was diagnosed with having HIV and then turned into AIDS, full-blown AIDS, and he was basically dying. And they got a quote out of him, and they were trying to say, well, how does he feel about AIDS? He said it's not as bad as being black in America. That's the death sentence that you never get out of. Imagine that. And since he said that, you never hear they talk about Arthur Ashe anymore. It's like his name has been buried because he condemned the nation and their attitude towards black men and black people. So he just, forgotten. But we shouldn't forget these things. And I've said this constantly. We've seen Wesley Snipes get caught up in tax evasions. Next minute he's doing some film apparently in Zimbabwe. He tried to run, but when he got out there, he realized it don't make no sense. He better come back and face the music. They got this guy from Run DMC's brother. What's his name? He's over in Bali right now. Def Jam, the Def Jam mogul, should we call him? I can't remember his name. It's just blanking on his name at the moment. But you all know. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. He's got so many charges pending. And he's run over to Bali and claims he's doing yoga. Yeah, I can imagine what kind of yoga he's doing. And constantly, this is what happened. Even Michael Jackson ended up in Egypt, if you remember, after all those cases they kept bringing against him. And Eddie Griffin, the comedian, says that this is what happens. He says this when he was talking about Bill Cosby. He says when you're black and you're an entertainer and you're in this business, they come for you. Sooner or later, they're going to get you. But they all stay. I find it amazing that they have enough money to go somewhere else and make another life, but they stay until the man catches up with them, and the man always catches up with you. He either catches up with you financially, prison, or you're in the ground. They always catch up with you, and that's what's interesting about this Puff Daddy guy now. He's apparently not even in America. He's trying to run. What's he running now for? It's too late. What's he running now for? I don't know. I mean, even if he does get out, What kind of life is he going to have? What kind of life can he have now at this stage? Running around the world, hiding out, trying to come. They'll find a way to get him. His problem is that once you make it, you got 100 million US dollars. This guy's got billions, but they got 100 million. Why are they still hanging around in the USA? Why? No one's been able to explain that to me for 35 to 40 years. Why? There's some kind of, it must be some deal that they've made with somebody that I don't know about for why they can't leave. Why would you do that to yourself? You must know. Look at history. Look at the past. Look at the 400 years you've spent there, and look what happens to those who don't have money. And be sure that if they want to get you, they'll bring you down to the fact that you have no money. Bill Cosby was what, the richest actor, black actor in America at one time, a billionaire. They destroyed him, destroyed his legacy, destroyed his name, and I don't know if they had anything to do with his health, but they destroyed him. Now, I'm not saying any of these people are innocent. Just to make that clear, I'm not saying they're innocent, but I am saying that if you know the situation in a particular environment and you make good, as they say, in that environment, hanging around there until they come for you is a very, very silly thing to do. I don't understand it. I'm sure maybe some Live for Love TV people can come in the comments and explain it to me, because I've never been able to get it. I've watched them I'm not even calling half the names. I'm watching them one after the other, whether they're rappers, famous. They're all ending up in prison. They all end up in prison, or they disappear altogether. Unbelievable. And they watch one another do it. They go for that US Yankee dollar. They get it, and then they can't leave. Wow, what a situation. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Live for Love TV.
Like, share, and subscribe. Live for Love TV. Oh.